Here is the review of Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime. And joining me in this review is my dad.
Hey, what's going on? Howdy, y'all.
So, as you can see, Optimus is, of course, as you can tell, a Peterbilt semi-truck, right?
Yeah. So, Colton, with this one, what is he off of? Which movie?
Revenge of the Fallen.
Revenge of the Fallen. And this is a leader class, so it's a big guy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But there is some improvements with this versus the original one that came out in 2007, and I don't have it with me. It's at
another location. So this is what we have. He has a lot of features. They updated some things and they added a couple of things. As far as what year did this come out? Which
2009.
2009?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
But the improvements of this versus the original one is, the first thing that you notice here, he has the side flames, whereas the original one does not have it.
And the flames look really good. They did an awesome job.
And also the back here looks a lot more movie accurate, whereas the original one had that like gap between it with bits of this part there, but it doesn't look quite movie accurate because it just has that gap on the middle.
Where this one here is a solid piece, making a transition.
And I may need to adjust the screen here.
He has a Autobot logo. That is an Autobot logo right there. Yes.
Yes. But the Autobot logo here is just a red paint.
It's like a red paint blob.
Whereas the original one is just all silver with no red paint. Well, it does have some red paint, but they did pick out some of the details of the Autobot logo on the front with some silver. But here they just painted over it and that's it. And he does have another one right there. And inside the cab you can see that there's a lot of gears in it, and we'll get to why he has those gears when we get to robot mode, because this is part of the Mecha Live gimmick. And also, another thing that they put on this figure is these tires here are made out of plastic, whereas the original one, if you remember, had rubber tires.
Yep, they're plastic.
I wish that they would kept the rubber tires for this guy, but they didn't. And of course he does have the flames on the sides and the same on the top here.
So he's got flames everywhere. He's flamed out.
And flames on the front tires here.
I like the scheme, the paint scheme, how it fades pretty much, and then the flames, if that's blue, it goes from orange to red back there. Awesome.
Do you mean this here?
Yeah, well, the blue flames right here, then it transitions to right here, it goes from orange to red by the time it hits the back of the cab right there where the sleeper's at.
And here's the back here with the back taillights, which are picked out in clear plastic, whereas the original one does not have any clear plastic on the back taillights. And he does have the same rubber smokestacks like the original one does. And he still does roll really well.
Be it if you can keep the back tires the same, but you know, that's due to the transformation, the way that they're made. But he does roll.
And that's pretty much it for the truck mode. And it looks exactly the same as the original one, but this one is a huge improvement than the one that came out in 2007.
So I think what they done was they said, we're just going to make another cast. We're going to add more gimmicks and features to this one as the last one. In other words, it's like they say that we're going to recast it and we're going to do better and put more stuff on this one, and that's what they did.
Now before we get into the transformation, he does have some lights and sounds on him like the original one. Except this one has a button located on the back here. And the button is right here.
That is the button.
This little square piece here. And when you push it, you get a truck sound and not the honking sound like the original one does. And if you continue to hold it down, it'll continue to keep going and going. And you can see that there's some lights in there. So that's about it for the truck mode. And now let's get to the transformation. So to start off the transformation, you want to take the sides here untap them. Untap them and flip them up.
Oh, it's very tight, huh? Now he's got wings. Hold on, put that down. Yeah, look at that. See there? He is flying. He has wings now. Check that out. Anyway.
Now you're going to take these and the top here and flip it all the way back. Now for these things, you're going to extend these out so they look like this. And now you're going to take these and bring these into about here, because you do want to take these here and swing these around, and there is a tab here that will go into a hole right here. Well, but before you tap these in, you do need to take these and untap them and swing them up. I gotta adjust the camera so you can see what I'm doing. But you do want to untap these and swing these up. And the way these tab in is these holes right here goes into these tabs right here. But now these tabs are going to go into this hole right here. And now you're going to take these containers here and bring them out, so that way you can take these and tap these into these tabs here. And then you can take these and flip these in, and they do tap in. So it looks like that. And then you do the same on the other side. So now we got this part all done.
Woo! I got it.
Now we're gonna I'm seeing if you can now untap the front part of the truck. Because the front part does untap. Oh. There we go. There we go. You do need to untap the front part here. So once you got the front part of the truck untabbed from a lot of tabs, then you just bring it all the way back so it looks like that. Now you're gonna take these front wheels and untap them and bring them out so they look like this. And for the back, you do want to take these back wheels and flip them up. And then you're going to bring down what will become his legs so they look like this. Now for the grill here and the bumper of the truck, you're gonna separate it. And these will form his feet. And to form these as feet, you're going to take what will become his toes and open them up, then take halves of the front grill here and flip them up, and then you're going to take half of the foot here and swing it all the way around and it'll tap in, and then you just bring up the whole foot, and that's how you get his feet all transformed. Then you do the same on the other side.
So you collapse this, push that in, and
open up the toes, flip up the grill piece here.
And then you roll it back on itself and it'll tap in on the back part.
And then flip up the foot. Okay. Now for these things, you're gonna bring these up and you're gonna take these things here and bring these down. And these do tap in. Oh, and also these blue things right here do pop out when you separate his legs, as you can see here.
Okay. So it's more or less like spring loaded.
Yes.
And you take the wheel fenders right here and you roll them around to where they're facing forward.
Yes. And I may now need to move back up my camera. Yeah. Oh, and on the back of his legs, you're going to take these blue things here and pop them out. See right there. And now you want to take these wheels and bring them down.
I got them. You ain't going anywhere. So that's pretty lot to do just to get them transformed. his diesel mode looks excellent. I'm starting to see right now just transforming could be a... There's a lot of fiddly stuff. A lot.
Although he's not too fiddly. He's still fun to do, but once you pay attention to what you're doing, you're good.
Okay.
So now you're going to take the front part of the truck and tab it into this peg and that hole right there. And as you peg it in, you'll get the transformation sound. Oh. There we go.
I was going to say, you used to get the transformation sound, not anymore, no.
And as you unplug it, it'll still do the transformation sound. And for the back here, for these things here, you're gonna bring these up so they look like this. And now you're gonna bring these down and rotate them all the way up. And on the back, it does have these two tabs here, the blue ones, that will go into these holes right here. So they look like this. Now for the front part here, what you're going to do is you're first going to separate it all in half. And now you're going to take these little containers here and untap them to get them out of the way. And you do want to bring them up just a little bit so that way you can take these things here and untap them and flip them out. And now you're going to take these cab windows here and bring them all the way up. And you're going to take his robot mode head and bring it all the way up. That's one of his sound effects. So it looks like that. And now for his arms here, you're going to bring them up. Well, you do want to get them out of the way first. So you can bring them all the way up. And this tab is where that clip will go into. And you're also going to bring these back down. And And now you're going to take his arms and push them in so they look like this. And you're also going to take these silver things and flip them up. And now you're going to rotate his arms down and take these little container things and flip them up so they look like this. And then you just rotate his elbows around. And now for these things here, you're gonna flip these down and you're also gonna slide them up so they look like this, and then flip these up so they look like this. And for his swords here, like you saw that popped out, I'll get to why these pop out so easily when you're trying to transform this guy in a minute. But then you do the same thing on the other arm here. First, I'm going to go ahead and pop out the other sword.
Yes, we know who you are.
There we go. Okay. So we're almost done with him. We just have to get these cab windows all situated. So to get these cab windows in, you're going to take these cab windows here and, well, before you do some with these cab windows, underneath these cab windows, you want to take these things here that has the flames here and flip them out. And you do want to bring out the side windows here. And now you can take these and collapse these all the way in. And what you're going to do with these red things is this little dot here is going to go inside these little grooves here. so they look like this. And you can now take these and push these down, which will tab into place. And I just untap his waist. And then you do the same on the other side. And you just bring up the smokestacks. And you're all done. So now I'm gonna, one more thing that you can do is you can position these things however you want. Like you can either have them stay like this, or you can position them like this, or like this, however you want to do it. I actually like to have them like this. Oh, and you do want to take these knee pieces here and flip them down to about here. And I'm going to have to use something to help him stand up. So there you have Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime in robot mode. And let me try and get them all in frame. And he looks really cool. And he still does for its time. And also, this is yet another huge improvement compared to the original one that came out in 2007. Because this looks a lot more movie accurate. And let's get in closer look here. So, as you can see, he is, like I said, exactly like what he does in the three movies, which is the 2007 movie Revenge of the Fallen and Dark of the Moon, because he only had this form from the three movies, but the fourth one, he had a totally different look to him in both robot mode and vehicle mode. And right inside of his chest here, you can see he does have the Autobot symbol right there. But it's not picked out in paint. And he does have some blue on his elbows here and some red on his shoulders here. And all around, he still looks amazing. And here's the sides here. And also the back here, which looks much better compared to the original one. And for articulation, his head can swivel.
Sorry about that, y'all. I'm back. I had to get that. All right.
I got him in robot mode.
Okay.
But for articulation, his head can swivel and his arms can rotate all the way around on a ratchet, and they can move in and out. He does have an elbow joint, which is on a ratchet. And he does have an elbow swivel, but it does get a little hindered by these things here. And he does have wrist swivel, but he doesn't have any articulated fingers like the original one has. Legs can go forward, back on a ratchet, move in and out on a ratchet, but you will have to move these wheels out of the way and move these wheels down. Ratcheted knees. Oh, and he does have a thigh swivel, but it is limited. And his feet are on ball joints. And the only accessories that he comes with is, of course, as you can tell here, his swords here. Which they do look cool, but when you put them away, you have to bend his elbows so that way you can put the swords away.
Now, is his swords on a spring gimmick?
Yes.
Okay.
And the problem with it is that you can't bend his elbows all the way down because the swords hinder them. But to pop them back out, on the insides of his elbows here, there's these buttons here where if you push them, the swords would pop out.
But right now it's not one.
When you push these, it would pop out the swords.
Hey, like that.
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
And you know why? Because there's so much going on in this arm right here for the sword and all this that's enclosed around it. So it's kind of resistant
and also these things do hinder the elbow articulation also. Now he does have some more lights and sounds of him in robot mode, which is the Mechalive gimmick. And to activate them, you would push down. Well, you first need to flip down this piece, and when you push this down, his chest will move and his head will move, and you get some lights in his chest and some lights on his eyes. And he'll say this:
I am Optimus Prime.
I am Optimus Prime. And also, his eyes does turn green.
I am Optimus Prime.
We're going to do that one more time. You can get a good shot of his face right there. You ready?
Got it.
Okay.
I am Optimus Prime.
Okay.
Now, before we end this video, there is other things that Optimus can do, and that is, if you have Revenge of the Fallen leader class Jetfire, you can combine him to Optimus Prime. And I have reviewed him before, but do I still have him? Y'all may ask. No.
No, we don't. We don't have him. So he can combine with Jetfire to make him a lot bigger and taller, right?
Yes.
Yes, just like in the movie. Yep.
But this is all I have for now.
As far as what I can tell and what I can see, the level of transformation is advanced. I'm going to put it that way. It's advanced because there's just a lot of stuff going on. As you start trying to transform him, you have little bits and parts that need to be rotated, collapsed in on, fold back on itself. That's if you want it. Let's put it this way: this is for an advanced Transformer collector, I would say, because a 8-year-old would have a heck of a time trying to transform him. Not to say they couldn't transform it, but I'm just saying that there's a lot going on with this Optimus Prime. Now, he looks good. In his tractor-trailer mode, he looks excellent. You couldn't ask for a better tractor-trailer from the Michael Bay movies, as far as my opinion. But as far as transforming him into robot mode, there's just a lot of stuff going on with each part that you have to pay attention to in order to get the final outcome of Optimus Prime that you want. That's the only thing that I see.
And the transformation is not like too complex, just a little bit, but it's still like fun to do.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just, you have a lot going on with this Optimus Prime. And like I said, in his truck mode, he looks great, excellent. But there's just a bunch of stuff that you have to, in order from truck mode to this mode, that you have to do. Let's put it this way, there's more than just 13 steps to getting this guy transformed into Optimus Prime.
But the positives of this, I do like all of the improvements that they did for both truck mode and robot mode compared to the original one. Now, I'm not saying the original one is terrible. It still does look like what it does on the movie, which is the one that came out in 2007, but not quite. This one here does look a lot more movie accurate. And it looks exactly like what he does in the 3 movies, which is 07, Revenge of the Fallen, and Dark of the Moon. But my only problems with it is these swords on both of his arms do hinder his elbow articulation. But if you have them popped out, then they have no problems moving. But they're still hindered due to these panels here and also these things here.
So I think that's about it. As on a scale of 1 to 10, I give them an 8 in robot mode. I'd say a 9.5 in truck mode. That's just my opinion. Now, his robot mode looks good, but I think where he shines the best is his tractor trailer mode. his rig mode.
So, I think that's about it. So, there you have it. Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Leader Class Optimus Prime. And if you like this video, give us a like, comment, and subscribe for more. And if you want to check out some other videos you may have missed, there's a playlist set up on my YouTube channel. So, I think that's about it. So, thanks for watching.
Thanks.